Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, little boys and little girls. It's Tooblack, and today we are going to continue where we left off on our Bible study, little boys and little girls. So, that we understand fully what this thing is all about. Okay? So here we go. So we're back here. It's Tooblack. Still Tooblack in it. So I think we're going to go back to where we left off the other day. To do with the man in the robe on the street, and he referred me to this literature that he based his argument upon. So this is it. So this is the reason why he was explaining to people why he was the genuine, authentic son of Abraham, I think. Hang on. Oh, there's something else.
Barricaded the world with hate, two-step us into misery and bloodshed. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. For those who can hear me, I say, do not despair, not despair, not despair.
On your ass. Okay, so we're going to carry on with chapter number, I think we were number 8 or 7. I've got to get my magnifying glasses. This book is just tiny and small. The writing is so small I have to use a magnifying glass to read it. I don't know how the Hebrew Israelite man with the robe on the street does it, but he does it somehow. And his companion, the guy who assists him, well, they work as a team. So one guy shouts at the people on the street, and his team member, at certain moments, he is instructed by the leader to read something. And then he reads it out with some difficulty, and then the leader explains it to the crowd or the pedestrians who are going by. So this is it. So after all for anyone who hasn't seen part 1, you need to go to Bible Studies part 1 before you come here. Otherwise, it's going to jump, because we read how it all began, you see, in the beginning. Right there. So we're going to move on to number 8, which is the firmament story. So what he says is, yep, hope you can see it. And the God called the firmament heaven. Okay? Heaven. That's what called the firmament heaven. And evening and the morning were the second day. Now, with this one, I can't really explain it to my little boys and little girls, because I don't know. Maybe if you try and read the 7th one and see if it's going to tie in with the 8th one, because that's a little bit of a jump for me. Okay, so, and God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters that were, and were, or italicized? I don't know. So I'm going to have to go back to this guy and ask about this one, about the italicization of were and were. Anywho, we carry on. So, waters, and it was so. There you go. So, after all that, God called the firmament heaven, you see. And then number 9, he said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was again so, and God, then, oh man, it's going to take a very long time to read all this book. I mean, it's a long story, very interesting story, but it's look at it. Look at it. we're going to be here forever if we try to read this thing page by page. So I'm going to have to need some suggestions of how to get past this first book. Because so far, just the God is apparently dividing all his waters. So maybe if I jump to another section, whereby all the waters have been divided into something, maybe the story might get a little bit more interesting. So far, I don't know. Anyway, so number 8 and number 9 is the same story. Number 10, the dry land was called Earth. So the dry land was called Earth, right? And the gathering together of the waters called He, seas. And God saw that it was good. It was. It was in the past. It was good. They didn't see it as good. Oh, it wasn't. And God said, let the earth bring forth grassy and herby, yielding seed and fruit. Sorry. I'm just reading it the way it's written. You see. Maybe it's a different book. Maybe it's a different version of the Hebrew Israelite man with the robe on the street, because he wasn't reading like this. He was just reading it the way we'd say grass, without the E at the end. He never said herbe, yielding seed after his kind, E at the end, you see. So he must have translated it into modern English from 1611. So there's no evening, there's no V's in his literature. And then God carried on doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm going to jump over somewhere else, because otherwise we're never going to finish it before the time the lizard man comes to eat you up, or the Illuminati kill everybody else. So we're going to try and get through this book as soon as we can. And so we're going to jump over to somewhere where something happens. I'm going to try and look through. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to try and look through and find something else apart from. Hang on a sec. Oh, here we go. That's a good part. Yes, this is interesting. So we're done with making the evenings and the mornings on the 5th day. So if anybody's interested in what happened in between, you're going to have to find this book and read it. But I'm not going to read the whole book. I can tell you that right now, right? I'm going to read as much as I can and try and explain these things to you little boys and little girls, so you know why you're spinning around in a ball aimlessly, right? Waiting for something to happen. Okay? And like I said, the guy who knows what's going to happen is either wearing a butcher's, a lab coat, or he's wearing a robe, right? Okay. And probably has a beard. Okay. Righty. So, right. So you're going to go straight over to 24. I hope you can see 24. If you cannot see 24, you go to the library or go to a bookshop and get yourself a copy of the 1661 edition of it. So 24. Let earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And 25th, God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after his kind, and everything that creepeth, vipon, the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Now you see, this God is making things up as he goes along, it looks like.